Hey everyone, Tim Nolan here with my business partner Joe Cuny. This is the Goin Postal podcast, episode number 12. We're back at you. It's been a few months since we've been here, so we've got some great information coming to you on the other side. Hello, everyone. Tim Nolan here with my business partner, Joe Cuny. Joe, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you, Tim?
Couldn't be better. Coming off of convention season, this is the Goin Postal podcast with Postal Blue Book Help. We have had a whirlwind of tour on the convention circuit, if you will.
Been all over the United States.
We have. We've been all the way up to the Northwest. We've got some exciting information to bring to you guys today. Convention season was upon us. I think the last time you guys heard from us was in January of this year. And, we've been off for a few months, Joe.
Yeah, wanted to get back with you guys. I know a lot of you, just from the conventions, people saying, we watch the podcast all the time. When are you guys going to pick back up? And we had to explain to them, we've just been busy the last 3 months with all these different conventions. I mean, I think we've been to 5 or 6 different state conventions.
Yep.
So, trying to do that and come in here, it's just been a lot. So we're glad to be back and, trying to fill you guys with a bunch of information.
Yeah. We've met a lot of new people. Guys, we've been to Rochester, New York, all the way to the Northwest up in Portland, Oregon with Patrick Fisher and the Oregon crew up there. We've met a lot of great new people. A lot of information that we're sharing with you and a lot of information that we have learned about everything from, coming 2025. We've got the new postal healthcare plan.
Right.
That's been a hot topic. And we've talked about it in previous podcasts. We don't have all that information yet. But we will continue to bring that information to you as we get updates.
Yeah. And today, I think, just with this particular episode, we just want to touch a little bit on the different places we've been, the people we met, and what we have coming out to kind of help you guys. Just getting information from everybody. One of the biggest things was, us doing in-person seminars for people. And it's really, really hard, I think, for you guys to, with your busy schedules, to be able to meet with us on a particular day.
Yep.
So I'll let you touch a little bit on what we plan on doing to make it easier for you guys to get the information that you need.
Yeah, those of you that have visited us at the various conventions, the national convention last August, we have always tried to say, hey, we'll come and do that seminar in person. But to Joe's point, it's hard to get people together. So what Postal Blue Book Help is doing is we are going to start offering online webinars probably twice a month. On our Facebook page, you'll see the invite with a Zoom link to come out, and then we're just going to do them every 2 weeks. And It's going to be whoever can attend. We're not going to wait for a registration list, if you will. I mean, you'll be able to go out, register for it, and get the Zoom link, right? We'll send that to you. But then we're going to have it's going to be on there. And if you can join and listen in for whatever part of the subject matters you want to listen to.
Sure.
Some people want to hear everything, which, for those of you that are just joining us that haven't heard our podcast before, we cover everything from your FERS pension calculations to your FEGLI life insurance to the special supplement. And, probably the hottest topic right now is that TSP.
Which it's been for the last year.
It has been.
Everybody's watching their balance go south. So, they want to know what they should do with that and how we can help them with that.
Yeah. So, and also, folks, if there's anything that you want to hear specific on in one of these webinars, you can always comment on our Facebook page or fill out the form on postalbluebookhelp.com. And we'll make sure to address that in these upcoming webinars. We expect those webinars to probably start mid-June, just because we want to make sure we have the proper content that people are asking for. We don't want to just keep repeating ourselves on certain things that isn't relevant to your situation. So the more people that comment on our Facebook page or at postalbluebookhelp.com, we're going to talk about that subject matter.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I know when we were, just to kind of get back to the state conventions, I mean, I was in Oregon, Missouri, and I think you were in 3 different states, right?
Yeah. I was in Iowa and Oregon. Right. And then we had some of our associates, Tim Neer and Dan Brungard, they were out in Illinois with Earl and the UPMA folks up in Illinois, and then also more recently in Wisconsin.
So any of you guys that, from those states that met with Dan or met with Tim, reach out to them. They're a resource for you guys. And you guys, that's what we want to be. We want to be a resource to make sure that you guys understand your benefits completely. And that's not just for the people getting ready to retire, right? I mean, we can absolutely help those people, but the people in their 20s and their 30s and their 40s that just signed up, we hear it all the time. We talk to people, they're like, yeah, I don't know. I just signed up for my benefits. I'm not really sure what I got. I got health insurance. I don't know what kind of life insurance I have.
Yeah.
We're a resource for you guys. I mean, we'll be able to help you guys and navigate that.
Yeah. And again, for those of you that may just be joining and listening in for the first time, we help you at zero cost to you, whether that's helping you understand your benefits, whether that's helping you get something different other than maybe your Fegley life insurance. Just the other day, I met with somebody that they said, they had life insurance that they've had for so long. Plus, they had their Fegley life insurance through the post office or even any other federal agency. They had that, and I said, "Well, show me your old policies that you have from that your parents purchased for you. Let's just review that, because if you are working with any other financial advisor or life insurance agent for that matter, if they haven't done their due diligence in reviewing what you have and what you may have had for 10, 20 years, since maybe you were an infant." If those policies are not being reviewed, they're not really helping you because there could be a gap in your coverage, whether it's for your family or whether you're trying to use life insurance as an asset for retirement planning. Getting a review at no cost to you can only benefit you. We'll let you know if it's doing the right thing for you based upon your needs, or if there's something additional that you need to look at.
Yeah, and a lot of those policies that we have, that our parents got us when we were children, they're outdated.
Yeah.
There's a lot better policies out there that you could possibly roll that policy into, right? I mean, it just makes sense to do a review, and if your agent isn't calling you at least yearly, to talk to you about, I've looked at your policy, it looks good, let's keep it the same, or possibly changing it, then you should reach out to us. We'd be happy to review that policy for you free of charge, like you talked about, and get a review of that policy.
Yeah, one of the things that we've recently identified with doing those reviews is a lot of those older policies, Joe, they don't have additional benefits for things like long-term care, chronic illness, critical illness. And it's because those policies back then didn't have those features.
Right.
However, now a lot of the new policies with a lot of the companies that we contract with, they have those benefits.
Sure.
And, if you've ever experienced a family member that has gone through the need for either nursing home care or in-home care or, heaven forbid, terminal illness or something like that, if you don't have something to pay for that, and most people don't have the federal long-term care health insurance,
right?
Because as of December 2022, there's a moratorium on getting that policy anymore. They don't even write it anymore.
Well, it's not very good anyway, right?
It's not that great,
right?
Because there are other options out there nowadays that you might want that need. You might have that need down the road, and you might want to have that coverage.
Sure.
And so again, going back and doing a review of what your policy is offering versus what something newer could have for you, could be a very good benefit for you.
Well, in the long-term care thing, we're going to have one of our associates in here with us, Dan Brungard, in one of the future episodes to talk about long-term care.
Yeah.
And, what that looks like if you don't have something to cover you and your spouse.
Sure.
So yeah, you got to make sure that you guys are covered with this stuff. And I think in a lot of cases, what happens is people sign up and they know they have great health benefits. They know they have Fegley or their life insurance with the government. And then this stuff happens to them, and they're like, oh, my gosh, I should have looked into this a little bit further.
Yeah.
We're your resource for that, you guys.
Right. And, for those of you, again, I know I keep addressing those that are new that might be joining us for the first time. We'd go without saying the name of our company, postalbluebookhelp.com. We help you with that. I know it's a white book now, right? They don't buy blue paper, but we will help you. That's first and foremost. Fill out that dreaded paperwork to make sure that you can get retired as quickly as possible, and make sure the paperwork is done correctly, because you don't want to submit your paperwork 90 days before you're going to retire and then get it back 2 weeks later because you forgot to dot an I or cross a T.
Sure.
Right. We want to make sure that paperwork is filled out properly, and we do it again at zero cost to you.
Yep. Absolutely. Anything else we want to cover in this episode, Tim?
I don't think so. Just folks, go out to our website, postalbluebookhelp.com. Check us out. Check out previous podcasts. There's a link on our website to our YouTube channel for this Goin Postal podcast. And, just really use us as a resource. I know that's the word that we've been using for a long, long time. The convention season is wrapped up pretty much. We have the National Convention out in Denver coming up in August. Nothing like Denver in August, right, Joe?
That's right.
We're not going to have the high humidity like we have here in the Midwest, but we look forward to seeing everybody out there, and also stay tuned in a future episode when we announce, just like we did this past August here in St. Louis, Postal Blue Book Help will be sponsoring some type of after-hours event.
Hospitality,
right? Yep. We all like to have a little hospitality after a day of golf. On Tuesday, I believe, is going to be the day of golf again at the National Convention. So look for information on our upcoming hospitality event out at the National Convention in Denver. We'd love to see everybody and meet new faces and people as well.
And feed you and get you guys some drinks.
That's right.
Yep,
that's
absolutely.
Right. I don't, that's just kind of the wrap up from convention season. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that people addressed at the conventions that was of concern for them.
No, I don't think so. Not really. I know in Oregon, Tim and I had a good time with Patrick and his crew out there. We got to throw bags.
Yeah, we had a bags tournament.
Carter and another gentleman, I believed,
were the winners.
Beat us down.
They did.
We didn't get to throw bags very long, but we had a good time, and everybody was enjoying some drinks and some good eats. So a lot of fun out there. I'm glad we were able to get out there. We don't get out to the Northwest as much as we want to. I think from now on we will be focusing on you guys out there, so you guys have some love. If you ever need any help with anything, we're here for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Folks, that's a wrap for this short episode. Look for our next episode following this, where we will probably address the biggest elephant in the room, right? The old TSP.
Yep.
That combined with, potential government shutdown and inflation still being high, G fund, et cetera. Guys, it's a hot topic. And if you're within 3 to 5 years of retirement, you need to talk to us about what your options may be. Check us out, Goin Postal Podcast. We're at postalbluebookhelp.com. We'll see you on the flip side.